Start a couple minutes later than usual. And for those of you on YouTube, welcome to the grand finals of the very first Monthly Mayhem Tournament. We will be back in June. On the left, who have first pick and ban of this best of three, is GodlikeTier with Select, Tangerang, What Would Jesus Do for the Win, Sigely, and Monotony. On the right, we have Senior Citizen Squad with Korea Terror, Captain Korea, What Isn't Used, Angelic Fire, and Soviet Hero. Right now we have the first three bans out. It looks like GodlikeTier has banned Shaco and Ari, and Senior Citizen Squad has banned Soraka. So I think we're seeing that support band again from Senior Citizen Squad banning out Soraka.
Yeah, they definitely make sure that they want to control that bottom lane with their combination, and they have banned Soraka, I think, in almost every match that they've been in.
Yeah.
Not even specifically against any player, so I think it's just that they really just don't want to deal with the sustain Soraka has on that bottom lane. Shaco, again, a pretty annoying champion that a lot of people don't like, so we don't know if that's actually targeted or not, but like we said, it's Shaco, or Shaco, or however you want to pronounce it. But either way, a lot of people hate him, so not too surprised by that ban. The Ari ban, though, I'm going to think that's a little targeted. Not a lot of people ban Ari right up unless they have a specific middle that they know is bad against Ari, but she's kind of balanced all around, so that's why people don't really ban her, because she's not like a super hyper carry or anything like that.
And it looks like the next three bans are Alistair, Twisted Fate, and Cassiopeia.
Alistair, again, they're controlling that bottom. He can jungle, but most of the time he is bottom support, so they want to make sure that they don't have the Alistair knock up, pulverize, or headbutt. Twisted Fate, I'm going to say it's pretty targeted, since Twisted Fate in general isn't super terrible of a champion, but
good for team fights, though, with that almost global ult.
Right. I guess what I'm saying is, like, he's not like, you're not like, oh, great, now I have to fight against a Twisted Fate,
yeah.
You know, so I'm going to guess that's pretty targeted. And Cassiopeia, kind of the same way. Like, she is really strong, and it's surprising that a lot of people don't ban her as often on the at least on high elo play. But I'm going to guess it's relatively targeted because she's kind of dropped out recently as a middle. So,
all right, for the first pick, we do have Kale from Select. And for the first pick for Senior Citizen Squad, we have Korea Terror choosing Janna and Captain Korea choosing Rise.
We have seen Captain Korea rock out some Rise in a couple other matches, and he definitely likes playing Rise. So we'll have to see how well he does that and what they decide to choose on GodlikeTier's side against that Rise. Janna, I don't know if I've seen Korea Terror play Janna yet. Normally he's been playing some other ones, some interesting picks and stuff. So I have to see how well this Janna is, but of course
Janna's been getting banned a lot too recently. So
she's really strong.
A few times she hasn't been banned, and it looks like Tangerang has chosen. What's his name? I forgot. It's Skarner. Duh. And it looks like Ezreal chosen by What Would Jesus Do for the Win. So, again, Skarner's really good jungle. He has that pull. He can pull.
He's really strong. He can start great initiates. He's great in team fights and slow people down a lot.
Very mana dependent, though.
Yeah, that's the big thing. We'll have to see what they decide to go with the middle. Now, they do have Kale, and Kale can go either. Well, Kale can jungle, but we're not going to do that. Kale normally goes either support or top. Right now, with her summoner spells, that they don't do any swaps, I'm going to say she's probably going to go top. So I have to see who she goes up against. And Ezreal on bottom, I think that's a pretty good pick, but we don't know what the support is going to be. If it's Kale, I don't actually think she supports him too well, because all they have is like the invulnerability, which isn't super necessary, especially with his escape mechanics. But she can at least do some decent harass and slow people down for him. On the other side, though, we do have Angelic Fire picking that Corki, and we have seen some very deadly Corki kills from Angelic Fire, so definitely playing the game they want to play.
Absolutely.
So we'll have to definitely watch out for Korea Terror.
And that Mundo jungle that was picked up by What Isn't Used.
Yeah, Mundo's really
so
strong.
Good as a jungle right now.
In the early game, he has to focus on, like, his farm is really quick, so he has to make sure to get out some good ganks, because if he doesn't, then his mid-game tankiness goes down a little bit. But if he knocks out some solid kills and gets at least some kills or assists under his belt, and he can start getting pretty tanky, he'll go tanky a lot earlier. But there's a point in the mid to late game where it just kind of changes, where all of a sudden it's like Mundo's kind of tanky, and then all of a sudden it's like Mundo's indestructible, and you're not sure what to do.
We do have some interesting final picks.
Oh, nice!
Yeah,
the Darius
you're
pick.
going to see the Darius.
Grand finals,
picking up Darius, and Monotony picking up Katrina.
We'll have to see how broken Darius is. I haven't even played against him yet. So
he just came out. He's a brand new champion, so this will be really interesting. This is actually a really good strategy to kind of throw Senior Citizen Squad off their game because they haven't had time to really deal with Darius for a long time anyway to learn a lot of his
how it is. And we have Jax versus Darius, and like you'd like to say, oh well, this or this, but you don't really know. You know?
Yeah, he's brand new, so I think that's a really good pick from GodlikeTier, kind of throwing in a new champion. I know he does have the pull in, so he can pull people in, he can slow them down.
And I think by the look of at least his the videos that we have seen of him, he's a champion that likes to trade because of his bleeds. Yeah. He's not someone that's just going to all out like one-on-one straight up just keep auto-attacking you. He likes to do all of his abilities and then back up and wait until you're pretty low and then hit you with his ultimate. And I think that's a pretty effective build against Jax.
Yeah.
Because that's Jax's, I think, biggest weakness is he's only sustainable when a fight goes on for a long enough amount of time where he can get all his damage out.
Yeah, the downside to Sigilly picking Darius is he may not have a lot of experience with him either. So he may not know the best builds. He may not know
and also,
the right feel for
one of the big things, like, I was reading something, like someone talking about him, and they said he's a pretty good top, and they like him, but they feel he doesn't have any escape mechanics. So that could be kind of an issue.
He's definitely... It doesn't look like he has a lot. He does have that slow,
but that's not really a great escape
mechanic. He did pick up the flash for a summoner spell.
Yeah,
so he'll have to rely on that. And I think that Darius is a big pusher too. Like, he sounds like he's built to like push to harass the enemy. So they'll have to have some good warding for him.
Yeah,
but both teams have been, I believe, very good at warding.
And then Katarina pick. Little surprised by that when we have a Rise pick, because Rise is like, that's what he does. He locks one target down and blows them up. So I have to see how she's going to build. Also, that means that we have a ranged versus a melee, so she may have to, instead of going all Shumpo, she could go with
the Bouncing Blade.
Yeah, Bouncing Blade, and maxing that out for farm, which isn't optimal for how she fights. But it can still work, and you can still get some good harass off of it. So I have to see how well she does for that. But if Rise builds with the like Banshee's Veil to start or whatever, well, he probably won't start with that. He'll probably start with like Tier or something like that. But if he builds Magic Resist early on, that could be a problem for Katarina.
Yeah, and let's see what we have for summoner spells, and it looks like GodlikeTier has chosen 3 ignites and 4, 5. Each member of the team has flash and only 1 exhaust.
I like that 3 of them have ignites too, because that means a lot of people could possibly shut Mundo down.
Yeah,
that's the big thing. Like, you can go with the heal on Ezreal, but you don't you technically do have a heal on Kale. It's not a super strong heal, but if that maybe the Kale is gonna go nuts and build super AP instead of building attack speed or something.
Yeah,
and go crazy support Kale or whatever, but there is some sustainability there, and then that ignite will help against the Mundo. Not to mention, with a Janna and a Corki, I don't know if the heal is going to be super effective. You're going to want to make sure that you can continue to do damage and keep it going even when they use all their escape mechanics.
Yeah, and it looked like for Senior Citizen Squad, they picked a more standard build. I think I saw 2 exhausts, 2 ignites,
and
the heal on the AD.
Exhaust on Mundo, exhaust on Janna, and then heal, and then flash ignite for everyone else.
But, I mean, that heal can be pretty critical during a team fight. I've seen team fights just completely switch from one side to another when that heal goes off and everyone gets it. And while it doesn't do a lot, it might just do enough to kind of survive the next hit and get the enemy down. So that'll be good for Senior Citizen Squad. We'll see if they use that effectively. As far as the skin war goes, it looks like we're going to see a High Command Katarina and a Sand Scourge Skarner. As far as Professor Rise and Hexatech Janna. I really like that Professor Rise.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I do like the Sand Scourge Skarner too, and the High Command Katarina, I don't really notice much of a difference.
Yeah, I was going to say, out of game, the artwork looks amazing, but in game, she doesn't look a whole ton different.
Yeah, and the Hexatech Janna looks really cool too. It's like Indiana Jones, Jana.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, so it looks like we're pretty even as far as the skin war goes. So hopefully we'll have a really good set of best of threes.
Clearly, skins are the deciding factor, and if the match is going to be good.
Absolutely. Again, normal game logic ruling us. So let's see what we have here. It looks like we're going with pretty standard builds. We do have the regrowth pendant instead of armor for Skarner. The armor picked up by Mundo. And looks like armor and 3 pots for Darius. So Darius is building a little tankier. He's not picking up that boots 3 pots. Yeah, let's see. Actually make sure. Yeah. Oh, it's armor 5 pots, duh.
Yeah.
Because that's what you can do with an armor.
Yeah, which is pretty good.
How much Skarner? How many pots is Skarner? Oh, it's the regrowth and 1 potion.
Yeah.
That's true.
That's because he does have a heal built into one of his abilities. I'm not sure how quickly he'll take it. Normally, they start off with Q, and then we'll have to see. But if he goes, I think it's E. If he hits it and then he does auto attacks, he heals himself, so he may build that. But it looks like we do have an invade happening right now.
Yeah, we do have an invade. All of Senior Citizen Squad has invaded. Only Sigily and Tangerang are here to defend that, so we might see an early first
blood. They didn't see it either, so...
No, I think they kind of walked around. That's... I know... Well, no, I think they came up.
Yeah, they came up
so.
The top, down, and then right along the edge. And as far as I know, if you're in that bush, you can't see them there.
Yeah.
Even if you're on the very tip of that bush.
So really nice invade. Sigily is going to be able to see them. They're backing off. They do know this will lock out blue if it's not successfully countered. And it doesn't look... Oh, so, yeah, they're going to counter jungle it. So they will pick up their blue. So it's just a trade of blues, actually. So we're going to see a dual invade. Senior Citizen Squad getting GodlikeTier's blue, and GodlikeTier getting Senior Citizen Squad's blue. I think that's a good answer. Good response from GodlikeTier. As we saw before, Senior Citizen Squad has a really strong invade and can pick up first blood rather easily.
Yeah.
I think we did see that last match. Liz came in
I think they got a double kill off their first blood, too.
And looks like Jana's going to come in to try and steal this. But it is! Wow! denied.
I smited too early.
Yeah, that smite going off way too early. GodlikeTier picking up blue. Oh, great move from GodlikeTier. That was
Did he
awesome.
even get level 2 off of that?
He did not.
He's not going to get level 2 and using that blue, so he's already set back pretty far. Mundo doesn't need blue either, and he's already level 2 and starting on his red, so Mundo's going to be super far ahead.
And yeah, Jana with blue, she can now do a little bit more harass.
Yeah.
Wow. Great move by GodlikeTier. Really making their invade successful. That was a really successful invade.
Doing a lot of damage to Darius. Looks like he has a lot more health than Darius does. So I don't know what Darius' base health is, or what the runes that the player chose. But
well, let's see.
I would say base health. He's only like 600 something.
Yeah, he has 654 to Jax's 723. So that's almost 100 difference.
What did Jax start with item-wise?
Item-wise, he started with
just boots.
Yeah, he's got boots.
So yeah,
and Darius had the armor. So
yeah, he must be building somewhat into the defensive tree, while Darius is going a little more damage.
But it looks like Sigily is pushing a little bit back from Soviet Hero. Things look pretty even as far as Skeptic and Monotony are concerned.
Even though
GodlikeTier and Angelic Fire are pushing their lane as hard as they can. Really going to deny some CS for that Israel. Great job. That blue is going to make Jana just so much more powerful because she can just spam this shield, which means Corky can push in a little bit.
Yeah, and even I think Rise in middle kept free.
Tangerang is still level 1. What isn't used is level 3 now, so Tangerang is very far behind right now. Oh, it's just picking up level 2, finally. So we'll have to see what Tangerang decides to do to come back here. He might try to set up a gank. That would be ideal.
See, now he's lucky, though, because Katarina is middle, so he doesn't have to give up any of his blues, which would be good, so that way he doesn't have to give up his level 4 or 5 blue that he would have had, and he can get 6 a little bit faster. But at the same time, Mundo doesn't need blue, and he farms just as fast as
as
Garner does.
What isn't used is pretty much he's already ahead right now.
Right, he's already in like ganking position too. Like he can go out and gank and get a bunch of kills, which I think would actually be the better thing. Like if he goes out to gank and fails those ganks, then Skarner can catch up.
Yeah.
But if he just continues to farm and try to like go for 6 or like invades and stuff, he can really punish Skarner.
And Tangerang and what is he are about to meet with Wolves. Tangerang might be able to pick up a gank here, but it looks like Wasn't Used is backing off. Wolves have not reset. Oh, now they have reset. So, it's a little wasted time for What Isn't Used. However, looks like he might be, nope, not going to set up a gank up on Darius Sigilly. Ooh, we do have a first blood down on bottom, though. So let's see what happened there. That was a good pickup from What Would Jesus Do for the Win, who I will say for the win from now on because he got first blood. Coming and doing a lot of damage to GodlikeTier. GodlikeTier just slow right now as Janon doesn't really have that passive built up and caught out of position for the win, getting first blood for his team, trying to keep GodlikeTier in the game and actually catching up in gold. They were a little bit behind before, but now we are dead even. So.
Yeah, I was say like they're not in a bad position. It's just that Skarner's in a slightly bad position.
Yeah,
which just means that the lanes themselves would be, I think, a little safer. Skarner's gonna have to sit in the jungle a little longer. But no one's really like flat out losing their lane right now, and Mundo hasn't gotten a good gank off yet. So.
Yeah, it looks like What Isn't Used is sitting in his jungle, or not in his jungle, but in the bush, to try and set up a gank on Monotony, but that's not going to work. Monotony's playing very defensively, very carefully, and pushing out actually at the exact right time as Monotony leaving, or was leaving, so that was a good idea. It looks like Tangerang might be coming up here to try and pick up the gank. If he is successful in this would really help him out. And here comes Tangerang coming in. Oh, he is. He did get pulled in by Sigilly, Soviet Hero, but just not getting enough damage. Tangerang dodging that cleaver. Great move by Tangerang. Well, that doesn't really help Tangerang out as far as catching up. However, Sigilly can now deny Soviet Hero some of that CS.
And also go back since his lane is pushed.
Yep.
And buy some items.
Yeah, absolutely. Forcing that jack spec was a good idea. We do see the ultimate from Monotony doing some damage to Captain Korea, but not enough to take him out.
See, that's good. Tangerang.
Yeah, coming in, taking his race. He knows What Isn't Used is up here. Nice. Leaving that one wraith behind. That's a very good idea. He is now level 4, and Wasn't Used is level 5, so it looks like he might be catching up a little bit at least.
Yeah, I was going to say, What Isn't Used is sitting on that middle lane for a little while, and that's helping him. Like every time Mundo sits somewhere waiting for a gank and it doesn't happen, Skarner is able to catch up. So
Ezreal doing a lot of damage to Angelic Fire too. Pretty low on mana, but still a full bar of health. Yeah, looks like Sigilly's coming up. Let's see what we did see some some backs. They went back. Go back.
Okay, so we got a small the AD sword on.
Oh, the Doran's Blade.
No, not Doran's Blade. On Darius.
Oh, okay, that's the long sword.
And I think boots. We just got the Hextech Revolver on Katarina, and let's see, we just got double Doran's Blades and the finish up on his Berserkers on Ezreal and a couple potions, so he will go back and be pretty set in lane. Corki had already gone back also, or had just recently gone back. Bought a couple mana potions, double Dorans and Berserk, so both in the same position, even though I think he'll be a little bit ahead mana-wise, so he can spam a little better than Ezreal will be able to at the moment. But Ezreal's auto attacks are still doing pretty good. CS-wise, they're Corki's up on CS, but he's down to kill, so I'd have to say they are relatively.
Wow, Soviet Hero doing a lot of damage to Sigilly. But Sigilly, ooh, wow, with the ultimate, that hemorrhage is so powerful. I didn't think Sigilly was going to make it. Sigilly picking up the kill on Soviet Hero, that was great.
I would say that's the problem. Like, Jax trades really well over long term, but then he can just, like, Darius is like, oh, okay, we're trading, I'm losing. Okay, you're actually low enough now to where I'm going to ultimate, and then you'll be dead. Yeah,
that was a great ultimate from Sigilly, just turning the tides of that. He was behind in health, and then that hemorrhage he got the hemorrhage stacks in there, and then boom.
Yeah. Now, unfortunately, they all didn't get the kill though, so it is on cooldown.
Yeah.
but that's not too bad because he still picked up.
Yeah, I mean, he's sitting in lane for a little while. He doesn't need to have that ultimate back up immediately.
Yeah.
While it's preferable, I think it's good just to pick up that kill. Although they are still behind in gold, actually. They do have 2 kills ahead, but
yeah, I think
Senior Citizen Squad are doing a great job with their CS.
That's Corky and Rise.
Yeah.
Corky's at 76, Rise at 72. And comparable to their lanes, that's Katarina's 20 behind. And Ezreal is more than 20 behind now.
Yep.
He's like 30 behind almost. Jungle-wise, too, Mundo's like 20 CS out of Skarner because of that setback from the blue. So Skarner's playing catch-up this entire time. I think the only lane that's doing good is Darius.
Yep.
He's pulling out 56 CS compared to 50, which is still relatively even, though. So, we may... Got some chasing.
Ooh, GodlikeTier. Getting caught out of this a little bit. But it looks like Angelic Fire is going to be able to take down What Would Jesus Do for the win.
With a nice heal bait. Very good.
That was awesome. So a nice little baiting tactic from GodlikeTier, being like, oh, you might get me, you might get me. And for the win.
Player's like, oh, I actually have heal. And then GodlikeTier's like, yeah, and I have ultimate. So
that was a great job by Senior Citizen Squad picking up their first kill. They are now officially 1,000 gold ahead. Doing really good. They were behind in kills, and they are behind in kills, but they've just been so solid at CSing right now and getting that their creep score up. And look at all this damage that's going on in this turret. We might see a turret go down pretty quickly. We do have several pings coming in. It looks like Tangerang is coming in. Flashes in. Does pull in Captain Korea. We do see the ultimate by Monotony. And Captain Korea taking a lot of damage, flashing out of there, but flashing from Monotony, locked down from that ruined prison.
Go off. She's got
a little bit of damage. And the Shumpo, awesome. Monotony picking up that kill, trying to set back Rise and have her team win, but wasn't used. And Soviet Hero are coming in. They might be able to catch Monotony here as Tangerang.
I would say Monotony's pretty awesome with the Shumpo, so we could see some more Shumpos going down.
Absolutely. We do have Soviet Hero jumping in. Tangerang fighting what isn't used, but here comes Sigily. We do have some split fighting, and let's focus on here is Tangerang with the help of Sigily. Take it down.
And then Monotony, completely safe. Nice.
Yeah, that was great teamwork from both teams. We just saw a convergence there. Captain Korea went down, so Soviet Hero came in. What isn't used came in, but GodlikeTier also right on the money coming down, and it was a 3-on-2 for that match, and it worked out perfectly. Monotony was just tanky enough to survive that, and they picked up a second kill. So it's now 4-1. And the gold score is in favor of Senior Citizen Squad, but not as much as before. They're only up ahead by 300. And these kills are helping GodlikeTier stay in the lead.
If the kills keep snowballing, eventually that gold difference won't be an issue.
Yeah, because while Senior Citizen Squad is doing a great job at keeping that CS really high, if they keep being forced back through kills, that gives GodlikeTier a lot of free time to get their creep score back up and try to catch up. And if we see a dragon pretty soon, that might completely turn the tide.
Yeah, I would say map objectives are going to be really important.
Absolutely.
With,
so we do have a ping down here. It looks like it has been warded, so they do see Tangerang. Tangerang circling around, so it looks like Senior Citizen Squad will know that they're here. They won't be sure if they're setting up a gank or doing jungle. Tangerang kind of a little indecisive.
That ward does not see the inner ward on dragons.
Yeah. Oh, it does not. It missed that. That is true. And we do have another ward in here, so they know Tangerang's coming. Not much they can do about that. Looks like Soviet Hero is starting to wander now. Probably trying to pick up a kill to catch up as Darius is level 10. Soviet Hero is level 9. So it looks like Soviet Hero is definitely losing his lane, but the rest of his team are doing so well at keeping their lanes fairly even, if not winning.
I'll say Monotony is balancing blades that are starting to get high enough where she can clear really well. So
yeah, we just saw that clear. But Rise does have blue, and that makes him very powerful. Look at that! Look at the hemorrhages stacking up there. Sigily is far behind, but if he could get an ultimate off, wow! Boom! And he resets his ultimate.
So much health.
Darius, very dominant in his top lane. 5-1 in favor of GodlikeTier. However, they are still behind in gold. Oh, Captain Korea taking a lot of damage, but it looks like the tower
Oh
will be
no,
able to
she
save
didn't go
him.
for it because she thought she was gonna get the kill off of.
Oh, too bad. That Ignite not enough because Rise is a very tanky champion. So it looks like this is a good idea. Try to get this tower down. Get a little gold advantage. They are catching up though. GodlikeTier is only 200 gold behind now, so it looks like they are starting to a little bit snowball from this a little bit. Not really as far as getting the advantage, but you know, having that time for free CS, being able to just kind of sit in lane, slowing down Senior Citizen Squad.
Yeah, I don't know. Corky CS is nuts though.
Yeah, 131.
131 to 85.
Ezreal's only 85.
Yeah, and he's only up 1 kill now, or he's 1 kill, 1 death. So
Yeah.
he's not really up. On,
No, Ezreal only has 1 kill as well, so Corky is quite handedly ahead for the win. However, Katrina is starting to catch up to Rise. She's a little bit behind in CS still, but Rise was sent back a few times.
Rise did buy magic resist too, and he went with the catalyst, so he has a good amount of health and some magic resist. Unfortunately, Katarina just still doing tons of damage.
Yeah, she's a very powerful champion. Her ultimate is very dangerous. It looks like GodlikeTier is taking a lot of damage, but her shield goes off. The ultimate isn't enough to take her out, but the Ignite is for the win, picking up the kill off of GodlikeTier. That's exactly what he needs to do to start catching up. He is 91 to 138, so he's still a bit behind there because that is such a huge lead in CS. And it looks like Tangrang is starting Dragon.
And I don't think the purple buff or the purple ward.
No, it is not there anymore. They do not see that. Good idea for the win, kind of sticking in lane for a while, but good instincts from Senior Citizen Squad, locking down Monotony. Monotony forced to go back. Shumpo's out of there.
God, but why won't you? Monotony?
Makes it through there. Darius picking up that kill on top. Picking up the purple team. It looks like Tangrang was taken out from Senior Citizen Squad.
Select may be taken out too.
Yeah, Select is just locked down. A good idea from Monotony. Just or a good move from Monotony.
Great response by Senior Citizen Squad.
Yeah, it's like they knew. They just like, all right, we lost Angelic Fire. We better come back and just come in and grab it.
Hopefully they grab the dragon too.
Yes, they did.
Yeah,
they did
okay.
grab
Because I was say they're gonna lose top tower, so they better grab dragon.
Soviet Hero coming in, but this top tower is taking a lot of damage.
I was to say he could ignore him. I honestly think he could and take that turret if he wanted to. And he's trading a lot better. He already has Regal's Phage, built up some armor, hasn't finished his Ninja Tabby yet. But we got Ninja Tabby on Jax and double Dorn's Blades with a pickaxe, but still, just he doesn't have enough health to effectively trade. So Darius is really just crushing that lane.
Absolutely, that is definitely in favor of GodlikeTier. And with that dragon and the 2 more kills, it looks like Senior Citizen Squad are ahead by 700 or 800 gold. But Monotony just killed what isn't used, so let's check out what happened there. I love this backup feature. That's awesome. Oh, Shumpo's in, does a lot of damage, sets up her ult, and the Ignite finishes the job.
Nice.
Very clean kill.
Yeah, he hit his ult, but that Ignite made it to where it was useless.
Yeah, it was just good jumping in. Kaboom. Yeah, so I think Monotony is starting to really catch up with all the kills she's getting.
I was going to say, like, I'm bad at Katarina, and I don't like playing her. I think, I'm like, oh yeah, she gets countered too easily. And then you see people like Monotony play her, and you're like, wow, Katarina's broken.
Yeah, it's just a really high-level skill, a high level of understanding of your champion. And Monotony definitely has that of Katarina. It looks like for the win, taking a lot of damage from Corky, but Sigilly's coming in to gank, doing a lot of damage. Corky forced to go back, then a nice pushback from GodlikeTier, and then flashing out of there, saving Angelic Fire. But they might be able to pick up this turret here, at least do enough damage. Sigilly killing the tower, now able to...
That,
yeah, so that is on cooldown. They really wanted to kill Angelic Fire, but it wasn't enough. We do have several pings over in here. Monotony coming in, that is warded, so Captain Korea knows it's there. This tower is... yeah, that tower is going to go down. Looks like we do have an engage coming in. Let's slow this down and see what happens. Tangrang has been ruining prison, but Sigilly's there. We do have the ultimate. just barely missing. What does he use? What does he use? Dragged in from
nice.
Sizzly.
Pulling 2 people back.
Yeah, because that's such a cool thing too. You don't just drag in one. Tangrang pulling back Soviet Hero taken out by Sizzly. Sizzly doing a ton of damage. Does get a kill off of what does he use? His ult is up again. But it looks like he might be saying he is runic prisoned down. But we do have a team fight coming. What is for the win coming in? Just getting destroyed. I just kind of charging in their cutout position. They're able to pick up Monotony, so we do have a 2 for 3 in favor of Senior Citizen God, really tearing it down. And then they shut down Sizzly, who was all by himself.
Yeah,
so that really.
He ulted on Angelic Fire. It almost killed him, but didn't. If he could have waited just another second and ulted on Captain Korea and then switched up, he could have gone with like a triple kill into a quadra kill. Yeah,
so despite starting to really catch up in kills, it looks like Senior Citizen Squad is only ahead by just 1,000 gold. So while that is a good advantage, they do have 2 turrets down, and GodlikeTier hasn't a single turret down, although the bottom tower, just the bottom tower could go down really quickly with a minion wave and like a good setup from Senior Citizen Squad. So we have a really even match here. This is a really good final so far. This is the first match, and GodlikeTier did get first pick. First pick will go to Senior Citizen Squad next match, though.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
And, yep, the turret goes down. Corky is getting really fed now, 154 kills.
It does have that Infinity Edge also.
Yeah, so he's just doing a lot of damage.
Just starting to build. He's like halfway down with his Trinity Force, so gonna buy Zeal next and then finish up his Trinity Force.
It looks like Monotony's shumpoing in, doing a lot of damage to Captain Korea. Wasn't used there to help out Captain Korea. She jumps in, but it isn't enough. And yeah, there's too much healing going on. I think Captain Korea is going to live through that ignite. So Rise is starting to really get fed here. Again, he is 162 to Katarina's 127. So despite having 2 kills and 2 assists, Rise is still, or Captain Korea is still very much in the game, not really behind there. Looks like Tangrang taking a lot of damage. Wow, that Corky, they really need to focus on that Corky. That Corky is doing so much damage. Pushed back by the Janna ult. Looks like a lot's going on here. Soviet Heroes been focused, killed by the Darius ult, so that ult is back up again. If they try to focus down Angelic Fire, he can use that ult if needed, but they might just back up here. They did get the kill. They need to back off and just rest on their laurels, and it does look like Senior Citizen Squad are now ahead by 2,000, almost 3,000 gold now. Just still keeping up that creep score has been key for them right now.
Yeah, I think in every match we've seen with Senior Citizen Squad, that has been their #1 thing, was our creep score will always be higher than yours.
Yeah, absolutely, and it is. They're using it to good effect in this match. They are behind in kills, but it doesn't seem to matter. The only one it's really affecting right now is Soviet Hero, who is very
and even his CS isn't really that far behind Darius.
No, he has 114 to Darius is 116, so it's even. However, Darius does have 6 kills, so
yeah,
that adds up after a while. And I think because he's left the lane, Soviet Hero was able to kind of get that creep score up. And that's exactly what's going to happen now, is he's going to pick up all of that there. We do have several pings as Dragon is about to pop up.
And it looks like both teams are completely aware of that.
Yeah, Darius coming in, doing a lot of damage, but not enough.
Nice.
Wasted all on Sizzly. The whole point about that ult is, yeah, it does a lot of damage, but you want to get that kill. That kill just makes that ult incredibly powerful, because then it resets and you can do it again.
What is
But it looks like we are going to see Dragon engaged by GodlikeTier. Okay. Most of Senior Citizen Squad is out of position here, so we might be able to see a steal from what isn't used, but what isn't used is kind of scared right now, not backing off, and they are able to pick up that Dragon, so reducing that 3k lead to almost a 1k lead. Still a little bit ahead, like 1.6 or so. And looks like going into jungle, we do have several pings going on, but Monotony still pushing very strong in her lane. Do we have any new item purchases?
Oh, well, the reason why I had to check it before was I was like, wait, Rise used Cleanse? He didn't pick Cleanse. I was like, oh, he has a Quicksilver Satch. Okay, okay, Rod of Ages finished up on Rise. Yep. Like I had already said, Infinity Edge finished up on Corky. Looks like he's building a Phantom or Zeal next into either Phantom Dancer or possibly even Trinity Force. But
For the win was able to pick up, able to pick up that Trinity Force though, and it looks like Tangerang might see his blue stolen. No, it looks like what isn't used is coming up top here. Set up a gank. Not really.
we also have I'm a Hex.
Oh, that blue did reset. Oh, Tangerang resetting that blue.
Trying to be
But here
safe
comes
about it.
Kale and Monotony, so we might have a team fight over this blue here as the entire teams converge. They don't see anything. They don't see the team. Good use of the bush here. But they are coming around. They do see them over here.
Yeah, nice warding there.
Oh, they do pick up the blue. Tangerang was able to pick up that blue. Great.
He's in a bad position.
Yeah, hold out of there, taking a lot of damage. And, wow, very tanky. Took a while for them to get him down, but they were able to pick that up. They are still behind in gold, however. It is 11-8 in favor.
And
of
since he did die,
GodlikeTier.
Katarina's always reset.
Yep. That bouncing blade taking out a lot of those minions. We might see the last outer turret go for Senior Citizen Squad, as this has been the most even match I've seen from either team. Taking down that last turret. No turrets have gone down for GodlikeTier. Darius charging in, but taking a lot of damage. However, Slut was able to take down Soviet Hero. Tangerang forced the flash out of there with a nice jumpo from Monotony. As it looks like Senior Citizen Squad are coming to push back. They might actually be able to take this turret too. 3-1 in favor of GodlikeTier as far as turrets are concerned. But, no, we are within 1,000 now. Senior Citizen Squad losing their lead. Not losing their lead, but losing their heading as far as lead goes. And they're within 1,000, or under 1,000.
Yeah, let's say they're only 400 up now.
Yeah. So, great job from Senior Citizens, or not from Senior Citizen Squad, GodlikeTier, really just starting to use these kills to advantage. Shumpoing in, doing a lot of damage to Angelic Fire. Angelic Fire forced the Valkyrie out of there. And it looks like he is going to be safe. Forced to back off. Yeah, with this team, it's a wiser decision just to force him to back.
Yeah, I'm going to say they have champions that continue to scale really well in the late game. Why that's it, both teams do, but like Jax gets a lot more tanky and Mondo gets a lot more tanky in the late game, so hopefully that'll help them out. While on the other side, the only one that's really gonna get like super tanky is Skarner, and Darius I don't know, like he's doing really well in this match anyways, and he is initiating, so he's doing good. Unfortunately, in the last few team fights, he's used his ultimate just as a major source of burst and not as a kill.
Yeah,
so,
and what makes that ultimate so powerful is picking up that kill. But honestly, when you're just trying to survive,
when you're like, okay, we need to kill Corky like in 5 seconds.
Yeah,
then using the hooking and using the ultimate takes out like half of Angelic Fire's life. So
and it really shuts him out of the team fight. So, while it kind of sucks that you can't pick up that kill and really use the ult to its full potential, you're right. Just shutting down a team member is worth it because then it turns the fight into a 5-on-4 instead of a 4-on-5.
Yep.
So let's see. We did see some people go back. Do we see any new items?
Looks like we got a little more AP on Katarina. She built the last one. She did have the Hextech Revolver on before. Darius has picked up his Frozen Mallet, so I'm going to be doing some nice slows and get a good amount of health from that. We do have Pickaxe picked up by Ezreal.
Looks like one isn't used. Has been dragged back. And Tangerang picking up the kill. Great use of his ultimate. Tangerang doing really well. But Angelic Fire does so much damage, destroying for the win and killing Tangerang. Forced Sigili to come back, but Sigili's too far out, locking down Select is forced to back off. Surviving it though, I thought they were going to kill him, and it looks like the second turret goes down.
So yeah, Rise and Corky just doing so much damage.
Yeah, they're definitely carrying their team here, and they're still ahead in gold. And really, when it comes down to it, GodlikeTier is ahead in kills, but they're just not ahead in gold. And it looks like we are going to see the first Baron happen here. GodlikeTier does know what's happening, but there's only 2 members of the team up. But they are backing off. I think they're...
Yeah, too many people were too low, so...
Yeah. I think it was a good idea because that Katarina ult just hopped right in. Kaboom! And they're all dead. And yeah. So they could have picked up Baron, but it might not have been at a good price. So, looks like GodlikeTier has only one outer turret
They may
remaining.
decide to go for it, though.
Yeah, that's exactly what they're doing. Seeing that Senior System Squad has backed off, it looks like they're jumping in to do this Baron, and Senior System Squad doesn't have a ward here. They don't know that it's happening. While they do have really good instincts, they might, but their jungle is really well warded, so yeah, we do have several pings going on here. But Baron is almost down. We do have the flash, but it looks like GodlikeTier was able to maintain their Baron and get out of there. No real response from Senior System Squad as we go back to about a 2,000 gold game. Senior System Squad still keeping up that advantage, doing a really great job. GodlikeTier picking up that Oracle is going to be able to start counter warding and getting rid of all these wards that really helped out GodlikeTier and picking up that Baron.
I would say we're just walking in front of a ward, pinging it, and then walking away. It's like they just cleared it. They're like, yeah, okay, there's a ward there.
Looks like Darius is going to be pushing up top. Sigily might be able to try and split push this here. However, all Senior System Squad is down here, and they do a lot of damage. And they are still technically ahead in gold, and it looks like they are going to start up Dragon. No real response from GodlikeTier yet, but we might just see them push towers. Not really sure what they want to do. It does look like Slet is coming in, but Dragon just taken down so fast as Angelic Fire does a ridiculous amount of damage. And looks like he's pushing the tower, going to back off. That's good instinct from Sigily. Sigily just seeing that they finished off Dragon, sending up that winning wave. Doesn't look like he's going to deny. So we share that much CS. Yes, you are correct.
Oh, Tangrai might be caught out of position.
Almost, but not quite. Pulled in. A great pull by Sigily. But GodlikeTier flashing out of there. Yeah, that is a wasted flash, so if they get it again, then...
Nice, good to know you can pull people through bushes.
Right? Darius, extremely powerful champion. Absolutely powerful. And we do see some counter warding. Not counter warding, but counter warding from GodlikeTier.
Counter.
They're countering their wards.
So like counter warding. It's like I ward your ward that's warding your ward that's the pink ward. The Oracle.
Alright, it looks like we're gonna might have a team fight up top as this turret is about to go. This would be the first inner turret to go. However, Senior System Squad sees this turret, and that turret is pushed very heavily. So we might see an even trade, actually. Because if this isn't stopped soon, that will go down eventually from those minions.
Yeah, it'll take like half health damage though before one of them will have to go back. So
yeah,
if they even decide it,
they might just push here.
Yeah, they're in a position where minions are taking that out, but they're still pushing their lane effectively.
Yeah. And they did pick up that turret first, and if they can do some damage to this turret, or maybe pick up a kill, it will totally be worth it.
And they have some decent poke, and they can also grab if anyone on Senior System Squad gets out of position. It can get really bad, and it forces a team fight, which they may or may not want.
And so it looks like that's exactly what they're trying to do. They put down a ward here for Sigily to try and like grab someone, but Senior System Squad learning very quickly that Darius can pull you through the trees. So be careful. We are seeing that lane start to be pushed back. So good move from GodlikeTier. They're going to probably come in with this minion wave. Doing some poke to that. But Soviet Hero is coming in, not taking a lot of damage. A little missed ult from Angelic Fire, unless the graphic was wrong, but I think that was missed because I didn't see an explosion. Another missed ult from Angelic Fire. But he can kind of spam that almost, so.
Yeah,
it's just kind of to push them back. And it looks like we are going to see GodlikeTier reposition here. However, they're a little spread thin, so they have to regroup. Good instincts from GodlikeTier.
I think this is really good though, because if you think about it, Senior Citizen Squad held them off long enough for Baron to drop.
Yep.
They got one turret which was almost already dead anyways.
Mm-hmm.
That's all they got out of that Baron.
This turret has taken some damage. But yeah, that was a really good defense from Senior Citizen Squad. Again, these are two really good teams. Very good teams, knowing exactly what to do. Both with really good instincts. We've seen a lot of teams in this tournament who just miss things, and it's because they can't see it, and because they don't see it, and they don't think about it. But these teams have gotten to these finals because they have such really good instincts. They just know
solid
that we need to go
mechanics,
here.
good wording, understanding of jungle timings, and pushing objectives.
Absolutely, and it looks like we might see a steal on blue here, as it is up, and Senior Citizen Squad does not have this warded, aren't pushing it right now, and a good kind of distraction from Tangering, trying to push this lane so that they can easily pick up that blue. That blue going to select.
And just
one of the few mana users.
We know his name says
Select.
SL yet, but he has asked us to
Yes,
say
that
select.
isn't a mistake.
So,
We were asked to say it this way.
right.
So it looks like another team grouping over here. Not really a team fight yet. It looks like GodlikeTier is going to back off here, and they are going to see that blue is stolen. That tornado coming way too late for that. Alright, looks like we do have a rather large minion wave coming in here, but GodlikeTier still has an outer turret left. They do have 4 turrets down, as opposed to Senior Citizen Squad only having 2. So this is looking really good for GodlikeTier. They are still behind in gold. No matter how hard they try, they have not been able to take the lead in gold right now.
Yeah,
Senior Citizen Squad just
the big thing. Big players are again Corky and Rise, Captain Korea and Angelic Fire are just CSing machines. You know?
absolutely.
Like even their top player Ezreal is at 204, and both of them are at least close to 40 ahead of what he is. And it's the people that need the CS2, which is really important.
Yeah.
You know, like if Skarner had 200 CS, yeah, that'd be cool and everything, but if he's building tanky, there's only so much you can do. You know, like you want your carries to have the most CS because they're the ones that are going to have the best burst potential. And since Rise is a carry yet still a tank because of how he's built, it's even better when Rise is super fed. So very good. Corky again, Angelic Fire not dying yet in this match. We do have a best of 3. I believe the last best of 3 we watched though, Angelic Fire did not die.
No, I don't think he did. I think he just destroyed.
So
he melted faces.
we're gonna put it on the calendar the moment that we see Angelic Fire actually die, because so far that is the safest Corky player.
Yeah, right. Just using that Valkyrie so well, and it looks
knocking stuff over.
That's all right. It's just my speaker. Just leave it on the ground. That's fine. Looks like we might see a Baron fight now, as both teams are positioned for it. Both teams very aware of the timer, knowing exactly when to go in for Baron. Obviously, it helps when you see a team not show up on your minimap for a little while. You kind of know where they're going. And we do have that ultimate coming in. A nice poke, and everything is starting to come together. We do have Angelic Fire grabbed. A great grab, shutting down that damage briefly. GodlikeTier taking a lot of damage. Wesley taking a lot of damage. But it looks like Sylvie here was able to pick up the kill. Ezreal able to take down Mundo, but Rise able to take down Monotony. So we do have a 2-on-1. Now it's a 3-to-1 in favor of Senior Citizen Squad. And it looks like we might have a 4-to-1. Ooh, nice flash from Select.
Flash by Sylvie here, though. Going for the chase. And the stun.
And that turret isn't going to do enough to really help
no.
at this point in the game. Select getting taken out.
So that was great. That was a great separator, and I think the biggest part there was GodlikeTier's ult.
Yeah.
Because you had Monotony, as soon as Monotony jumped in, and Darius had already pulled a bunch of people in, and he was like about to start doing his jump or whatever, she ulted, and it stopped Monotony's ult, and it split everyone. It split Darius to open up the avenue for Soviet Hero to jump on Ezreal and push him back.
Yeah.
So then Ezreal had to back up, and then Angelic Fire just came in and just annihilated people.
All right, looks like we're going to see the last outer turret for GodlikeTier being taken down. I think we're really going to see Senior Citizen Squad snowball here. They're now about 5K. No, not 5K. What am I doing? Basic math. Come on. 7K ahead.
I was like 7K.
Yeah, right. Basic math. I fail. But we'll have to see how well GodlikeTier defends this as they do pick up that dragon, expanding their gold lead.
Yeah, I was gonna say like right now.
They're now tied. Senior System Squad is now ahead in kills, tied in turrets, so they're come back as far as all that's concerned.
The good thing though is that GodlikeTier has a lot of kills under their belt too.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't have a whole ton of killing sprees. The only killing spree you have right now is Angelic Fire Encore.
Yeah, and
which again is
gold boost. That's a really good gold boost.
I would say, which again is the one person you don't want the killing spree to be on. But you know, still that's a pretty good thing that you've shut down all the other killing sprees for the moment. I think there might be one other. Captain Korea or Soviet Hero may currently still have a killing spree of 1 or 2. So that's holding them. And then as long as they can, like, their turret positioning on the map isn't so bad to where they can push off and wait until a little later in the game where they have, you know, like slightly better items or have a good engagement. Like right now, Senior System Squad does have Baron, so they do have a really strong time to push here. The Senior System Squad has been known to have to really make sure that they push when they need to.
Mm-hmm.
But if GodlikeTier can hold it off like Senior Citizen Squad did previously, I think they'll still be in an okay position, even though gold-wise they are a bit down.
Yeah, this is a really even match. I mean, usually by this time we see a win, let alone it's not within 10K, or not. There isn't a 10K lead here, so while they Senior Citizen Squad does have a significant lead, it's starting to creep up to that point where gold matters less and less. Yeah. And while it still is very important right now, and their lead is very substantial, it's not completely dominating.
Unfortunately, I think there's a little too much tankiness on Senior Citizen Squad side to where Monotony is now having the problem where if they don't get like a full ult off without any interruption, then there's just not enough damage being put out.
Yeah.
So it's almost like their style for starting a team fight is like they have to be put in a position where they can consistently poke and get at least one person, you know, like at 2/3 or half health, and then jump in and insta give them and make it like a 4v5.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what we saw with that Baron fight was a good Ezreal ult for the win, coming in and setting up that ult, which I think was a really good idea to try and do some of that damage so that Monotony can shumpo in and then set up her ult, but it didn't work out because Janna's control is so good.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's like they have to get rid of Janna, but then even if they get rid of Janna, you still have Jax that can stop her ultimate. And yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, because Ryze just puts her in place, but she doesn't care about that. So
wow, and look at even being so far behind for so long. Soviet Hero has 248 CS to Sigili's 171, and almost comparable kills and assists. I mean, Sigili does have more kills, but Soviet Hero does have more assists.
yeah, he's getting some nice stuns off, so Angelic Fire and Captain Korea can pick up some nice kills. So even though he lost his lane, he's being extremely effective in team fights.
Absolutely, yeah. Soviet Hero's been really good.
And now we're coming to the problem where Darius isn't outright killing someone with his ultimate. So
now he needs to. Now's the time where he needs to, so we can do it again, because that's where a lot of their damage is going to come from.
Yeah. So this is a good thing to see that Darius in the early game is super strong, but his late game scaling seems a little weird based off of how people are building.
We do have that ultimate doing some damage. Soviet Hero just pushing in, doing a lot of damage. We do have some split fighting here, so I'm not really sure where to go. We'll focus on right here. No one's been killed yet. Monotony forced to back off. Captain Korea able to take down Sigili. Tangerine going down next.
Monotony's almost dead too.
Yeah. But Monotony's pretty far back now.
Yeah. I was real safe for the moment, but
for the win, just kind of Nice jump though. And this is the time. It's getting closer and closer to that 10K lead. Senior System Squad known to have that a lot earlier.
They're starting to clearly win team fights because their team just isn't dying.
Yeah, very, very tanky, doing a lot of damage as well. because Rise just does a lot of damage. Angelic Fire is just like, I'm invincible! Valkyring out of every bad situation he's in, and then just turning around and blowing people up. And we're seeing a jungle clear from Senior Citizen Squad. Backing out of there.
Yeah, we're gonna go back and buy after a whole bunch of.
Well, let's see what we have for purchases. It's getting to the point where CS is just kind of ridiculous. Corky
318 just bought a GA.
Yeah.
Also has finished up Phantom Dancer and Last Whisper.
Yeah, after Last Whisper there.
Looks like Rise has finished up an Abyssal Scepter, so magic reduction, which is very nice for the entire team because even Corky does a little bit of magic damage. Well, he can build AP, but this one, he's not building AP with this, but he does have magic damage off of his Q. And I think Mundo has magic damage, and Jax has magic damage, so that will help the entire team. And Jenna building some, actually being able to build some nice items, getting Aegis and Shirelias, so gonna have some movement speed when they need it, and some nice armor and resistance stuff for a Team Aura. On the other side, we got. We do have a Shirelias on Skarner, so he can like rush up and grab someone. Unfortunately, Tangerang hasn't been able to get the position to really utilize his ultimate to the best of effect lately. On Katarina, we do have. She has also picked up an Abyssal Scepter, so some nice magic reduction, which also helps Ezreal, Skarner, Kayle, and I don't know if Darius has any kind of magic damage. But Darius, that's the I think that's his problem. Is he got a lot of kills, but then his CS isn't really that good right now, so he hasn't really gotten a lot more items. He picked up like maybe one more item.
Ooh, a missed ultimate from not Sigily for the win. I think trying to possibly pick up Baron. But
no, he hits it because he gives him vision. So
oh, that's true
see if they were at Baron.
That's true too.
Got double purple.
Yeah. This is very well worded from
So the hero's like, no, we're going to fight.
Yeah, just running in. We might see a wraparound here. Tangerang taking a lot of damage. He might go down. But very tanky. Sigily coming in. Looks like Angelic Fire about to die. But the Guardian Angel is too much. Tangerang and Sigily taken down. Followed by what would you do for the win?
Soviet Hero chased Ezreal that entire time and no one peeled for him. So their AD was out of the fight the entire time.
Yeah, and Angelic Fire trolling with that Guardian Angel.
Yeah.
You killed me. Not.
Not kidding.
And it looks like we have a near ace, a great setup for a Baron. We might see this game start to end pretty quickly. They're going to be able to take this Baron no problem, as it is still another 30 seconds for the next team member of GodlikeTier to come up. Monotony, the lone survivor of that team fight.
Yeah, unfortunately, they're at the point now where Katarina is just not doing damage.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. Like, Katarina scales really well in the late game against teams that don't build enough magic resist, but they have, and almost all of them have some form of magic.
Yeah, they have a lot of resistances actually. So.
Yeah, so. And they all have like Quicksilver sashes and stuff too, so they can get out of lockdowns and everything when they need to for Skarner. So it's just really good item choices by Senior Citizen Squad are really playing against the composition.
Absolutely, this I believe is officially the longest match we've had in the Monthly Mayhem Tournament.
And this
so
is
far.
The first one. We still have 2 more matches.
Yeah, well, we're gonna have to see how GodlikeTier decides to react to this, and even how Senior Citizen Squad decides to react to this. I mean, we might see a targeted ban on that Darius.
Yeah, we're gonna see some targeted bans.
Oh, absolutely. We're definitely gonna see some targeted bans from GodlikeTier because Corky and Rise have just been a little too completely dominant.
See, I don't even know if they're gonna ban Darius, because like Darius did really well in the lane, but that could just more be an issue of they didn't understand how Darius was gonna play.
Yeah.
But then later on, he wasn't he's not being super effective.
Yeah.
So.
And a lot of that's because of all the resistances and just he doesn't have time to build up those hemorrhage stacks in order to get that really big ultimate. And it looks like here comes Senior Citizen Squad doing a ton of damage, chasing down their team, taking out everyone but Sigily. Sigily forced to back off. They could.
Silver Hero just so tanky right now.
Oh, okay.
He's just running in and Angelic
Yeah.
just picking up kills.
Well, I mean, they also have what is it used as Mundo, and Mundo is just a ridiculously
And he's
tanky
just like
character
free.
too.
He's free damage and slows, and if you decide to actually attack him, it's just a mistake.
Yeah, Rise can also be built super tanky, yet still do a lot of damage. They just have a very tanky team.
And then the two other people that aren't tanky have like the